In tutorial, we're going to recreate 2 shots from the scene where Frieren releases the seal on the ancient door in episode 5. Let's break down the effects and see how we can build them step by step in After Effects. All the assets and the final After Effects project file are available in the description below for you to download. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support the channel. Now, let's get started. Let's start with the first scene. Here, a background layer and the animation frames of Frieren are already prepared, so the scene is ready to build. In this shot, Frieren's movement consists of 16 frames in total, like this. First, enable time remapping, then begin setting up the character animation. As usual, the 3 frames per image rule is used. The first 7 frames start from frame 1. Then frame 8 begins at frame 45, arranged like this. And by the way, Frieren's outfit in this scene is actually pretty cute. Alright, just kidding. After finishing the character animation, the next step is creating the magic effect in this scene. First, create a new solid and apply the circle effect. This effect makes it very easy to generate circular shapes with the size and edge style needed. Start by positioning the center of the circle at the character's hand. Then change the edge setting to thickness. The magic effect begins around frame 70, so adjust the timeline accordingly. Next, add keyframes for radius, thickness, and feather. Start with a small circle, then gradually expand it so the ring grows larger over time. You can use these parameter values as a reference to match the scene. Next, pre-compose the layer and name it Magic Cast. Then add opacity keyframes so the circle expands and gradually fades out. To create the feeling of continuous magic waves, duplicate the layer and offset it in the timeline by about 4 frames. Repeat this process around 4 times to build a sequence of expanding rings like this. Go back to the main composition and check everything once more. Then we will start adding effects. First, apply Deep Glow to create the lighting effect and adjust the color using the fill effect. Then change the blending mode to overlay so the effect blends better with the scene. After that, duplicate the layer once more and rename it to keep things organized. For this new layer, duplicate the Deep Glow effect before to increase the brightness, slightly adjust the color, and reduce the opacity to around 45% to soften the light. To make the effect look more realistic, add an adjustment layer on top, and we will apply the displacement map effect on it. For the map layer, select Magic Cast and enable the Effects and Masks option. Then set both displacement channels to luminance with a value of around 6. This effect causes the image to slightly distort as the magic waves pass through, creating the illusion of real magical energy ripples. Next, duplicate the background layer and apply the same method to create a subtle background distortion when the magic wave spreads. It may be a bit hard to visualize at first, but toggling the effect on and off will clearly show the difference. Finally, create a final comp to bring everything together and complete the scene. Alright, let's move on to the next scene. Just like before, start by preparing a background layer like this. And of course, the Frieren animation frames are also needed. Next, enable time remapping and begin setting up the character animation. And as usual, the animation still follows the 3 frames per image rule. In this scene, the animation uses 7 frames, starting from frame 66, like this. Similar to the previous scene, start by creating a new solid and we will apply the circle effect on it. Adjust the effect parameters to create the magic ring, just like in the earlier cut. The values are already set here, so you can simply follow them as a reference or change if you want. The only difference is that this animation only uses 2 keyframes for radius and thickness. The second keyframe is placed around frame 33, so the unnecessary part of the timeline can be trimmed away. Finally, add opacity keyframes so the circle gradually fades out, like this. To finish this effect, more magic rings are needed. So pre-compose this layer and give it a proper name so it's easier to manage. Based on the setup here, around 11 layers are needed. The next step is to offset them in the timeline so the rings appear one after another. But since there are 11 layers, adjusting them one by one would take quite a while. A faster way is to select all the layers, then right-click Keyframe Assistant Sequence Layers. Enable overlap, then enter the value in the duration field. For example, if each ring should appear 7 frames apart and the animation length is 33 frames, just calculate 33 minus 7, which gives 26, and enter 26 here. Click OK, and the layers will automatically stagger in the timeline, like this. Here, I'll move the entire timeline slightly forward so the effect appears at the right moment in the scene. Then, pre-compose all the layers and name the comp Circle. After that, add an adjustment layer on top and apply a displacement map to the entire setup. Now, go back to the main composition, enable the 3D layer for the circle comp, and adjust its position so it fits naturally in the scene. The parameter values are already prepared here, so you can use them as a reference while setting up your own scene. To remove unnecessary areas, start by using the Mask tool to limit the effect so it only appears within the part of the scene where it's needed. Adding a bit of feather will help soften the edges and make it look more natural. Next, apply a subtle glow using Deep Glow. Then change the blending mode to Overlay so the effect blends better with the scene. Duplicate the layer once more and adjust the opacity and effect settings to balance the look. Here, we can add a glow effect and adjust it slightly to see how it looks in the scene. Overall, it already looks pretty decent. However, as you can see here, the glow is still spilling outside the mask area that was created earlier. To fix this, duplicate the background layer, move it above the effect, and rename it so it's easier to manage. Then use the mask tool again to cover the unwanted glow in this area. For the ground area, increase the feather value slightly so the edge looks smoother and blends better with the scene. Finally, move the character layer back to the top and check the result again. Just like in the previous scene, add a displacement effect to the background to create the feeling that the space is slightly distorted as the energy wave passes through. The value here is set to around 8, which works well for this shot. After that, preview the scene one more time to make sure everything looks correct. All right, now let's take a look at the final result.
무리다네.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.